kidnapped and missing people. He just runs defense for this guy, acting like he doesn't know why that would even happen.
He's saying that
yes, he's inferring that he was personally involved in overtaking his ship. This was he was not with the captains of the ship. He has never been around the captains of the ship. Even if he was, I don't give a shit, obviously. But he did not say, this was mistranslated. He didn't say we as in me and the Houthis. He never was around the captains. The Galaxy ship that we're talking about became a tourism destination in Yemen. So if you pay $1, you could go and visit it. And that's precisely what he did. And he presented it as though he was overtaking the ship to us in the outside world. Okay? The most brazen display of terrorism propaganda is basically every other fucking broadcast where Klein comes on and starts talking about how, Palestinians are there, we want peace, but not really, okay? Like, that's the real brazen display of fucking terrorism propaganda is Klein and Ethan Klein talking about Gaza, okay? Fucking bullshit. Yoav Galant, really good guy.
they win.
Aren't you glad you watched this video so we can all reflect on this completely unique and legitimate criticism you've never heard before? I know this was such an exercise in futility because holy fuck, he did not bring a single new thing with the exception of like idiotic article titles that he slapped onto it.
Over the
yeah, this was a fake video he saw from years ago that went viral in 2024 because he pretended it was the captain. Yeah. Yeah. This is what he was referencing.
The crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny.
It is super funny, the idea of kidnapped crew members who are being forced probably.
By the way, this photo that he got is from this article, which literally directly undermines the point that he was making. The photo's existence in and of itself directly undermines the point that he was making, that no one has seen the fucking crew members of the ship, for the record. So I guess they're not MIA, Ethan, you fucking moron.
Probably at gunpoint to do some death to Americas and maybe some curse upon the Jews. And frankly, the callous disregard for the well-being of the literal hostages is shocking, even for somebody that loves terrorists.
That's so funny. Is there a KFC there? They're everywhere. I don't think there's a KFC in Yemen, dog.
He says they have two.
Oh, they do have KFC in Yemen? That's crazy. Okay, that's sick.
Is there a KFC in Yemen? No way, dude! Holy fuck! There's a KFC in Yemen! He's just like us!
Does he know what One Piece is?
Oh, what if he's been watching it since he was a kid?
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. That's so... He so clearly watched this before. He has a response to everything. Yeah, as if he would ever go into that without canned response. Wait. Are you guys fucking stupid? Go watch my earlier video. Oh my God. I tried to stress the importance of why I actually know exactly what his criticisms are in the fucking context puke. Because these are the same exact criticisms that Destiny launched against me. This is precisely the reason why I made a video before the context nuke came out that addressed all of these claims that Ethan was making. What's really frustrating about this is that none of their fans will actually go and watch this video of mine that came out 3 months before this video. They think Ethan came up with these incredibly unique fucking arguments. Aren't given as a right, they're taken by force, they are maintained through force. Exactly. Okay, there are hours and hours and hours of commentary dedicated to this, tens of thousands of hours of commentary dedicated to all of these issues over the course of many years. Chatter put some effort and corrected this. Oh wow, this is like a massive effort post. Holy shit. A dangerous prospect to make this conflation, which serves the interests of anti-Semites. It all is some such as Islam. Why don't you respond? okay, that are akin to acts of terror. Because on October 7, it wasn't just the Palestinian Brigades, a coalition of resistance forces that includes Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, PFLP, DFLP, and many others. It was also once the barrier into Israel. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it more. He watched it the day it dropped. He's too narcissistic not to. It's so clear, lol. He did have that whole Cope stream while actively on vacation in Japan. At that point, he wasn't even pretending that he didn't know what was in it. I mean, he'd be fucking moron not to watch it. Hasan is a bad person, not a stupid person. He's watched it dozens of times and preferred a doc with rebuttals. Haas never made a monologue he doesn't love. Oh, man, that's cute. Well, I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the fucking... Is now 34 minutes, 6.5 hours. We're 1/3 of the video through. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. I don't understand my own position on issues well enough. Are these people that fucking stupid? I am the subject matter of the video. What the fuck? Okay, the answer is yes, they are that stupid.
Oh, fire. Right, oh my God. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
You guys all remember Luffy's flag, right? Now, I'm only halfway through that show, so maybe I just haven't come to it yet. But I do not remember...
Oh. Dude, he's so gross.
Luffy's flag looking like this. Predictably, there was some blowback.
Yeah, they're just like ISIS, bro. Yeah, just like ISIS. That's what the Houthis are like. ISIS. Huh. It's weird because where is it? Syrian government and Iranian officials have accused Israel and the United States government of supporting ISIS by attacking Hezbollah and the Syrian Arab army, as well as arming and giving medical attention to the Islamic State. In 2017, here, this is a Wikipedia summary of the articles that I've shown a million times over. The Syrian army claimed it found Israeli-made artillery pieces at ISIL hideouts. Israel strongly denied the accusations and providing arms and medical support to ISIS, except they also admitted that they actually supported ISIS. Not only is Israel not a part of the fucking coalition forces fighting against ISIS, but they have quite literally offered medical aid to ISIS soldiers. Why are people saying one? Why are people posting one? What happened? Hype train level 2. Oh, one's in the chat if you condom hummus. Oh, donor request. Reality is very different. Israel and ISIS have both, perhaps surprisingly, demonstrated high levels of restraint towards one another. Israel is not part of the international coalition fighting ISIS, and the jihadist group has yet to mount any serious attack on Israel proper. ISIS rhetoric towards Israel is also limited in volume, even less brutal in tone compared to ISIS' other enemies, mainly Shiite Muslims and Arab regimes. Gross. Ethan is so fucking gross.
Back after this interview, and Hasan went immediately into damage control to rewrite history.
He said that he...
No, I did not. You are, again, misrepresenting my position. I do not care. He is not a Houthi because he's not a Houthi. Okay? I do not care about interviewing a Houthi. I am not doing damage control. Why won't anybody listen to me on this? Oh my God.
He was just simply a Yemeni person and not a Houthi. Yeah, I mean, we don't even know if he's a Houthi or not. He's a teenager in Yemen. The dude is neither a Houthi, nor a terrorist, nor a pirate, is not a Houthi rebel. They didn't fucking call him a Houthi either. You want to know why? Because he's not one. He's not a Houthi himself. He's not a pirate, but, you know, I don't think...
Dude, every single one of these clips, I quite literally end up saying in every single one of these clips, I don't care even if he was a Houthi. I do not care even if he was a fucking Houthi, okay? Ethan, the fucking Arabs, Klein used out of context video clips directly from Destiny's Wikipedia page titled Hasan's use of inbred in reference to Jews. Visual artifacts can be seen all throughout the clips, as seen in the images below. Oh My God. Of course he did. Oh, of course he did. Shocking. Wow. I'm so shocked that he went to the Destiny Wikipedia. Wow. Well, so did the Free Press, to be fair. In the debate, he said he didn't. Oh, you mean to tell me he fucking lied? He's on Insta again using a rape victim as a cudgel. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Yeah, it must have been a coincidence, I guess. Hey, we're at $171,000. Fucking loser. Couldn't even come up with his own goddamn fucking clips. God damn it. Literally. Ay, ay, ay.
Like no, he's not a pirate. He has reiterated the position that he is not a Houthi. Trust me, bro, I'm not
Wait, that's the
pirate, but, you know, I don't think he's not a pirate. He has reiterated.
That's this video. Wait, he literally did. Wait a minute. He watched my video. I mean, I don't think he sourced any of this himself, but this video is literally Ethan Klein versus Hasan Piker explained. How's this a fundraiser? I mean, we fucking blew it out of the water. The initial fundraiser was supposed to be a $75,000, but we're at $175,000 right now. All right, I'm gonna have Ian come on. I've already fucking ass fucked this video up and down. So thank you to everyone who has donated. Y'all won over a new member of the community tonight. Thank you, Hasan and Isa and Ian, for caring about cancer research. This clip is directly from the Hasan versus Ethan Klein explained. Okay?
I've maintained.
Let's see if I can find exactly where it was. Girly Pops condom hummus.
Participate in a secular. It is completely. It's not like. Remember people at the time being mad at you in bad faith, obviously, for being nice to people you know personally. You know, all the way back in 2021. I know everybody knows that.
I'm trying to find the actual time, exact time that he ripped that from. To see if I can't find it. Fuck.
Gaza. That's in.
Does IDUB support Palestine? What are you, crazy? He's using his dono to the fundraiser to try and justify his bullshit again? What dono to what fundraiser? What? Wait, he actually fucking, this is his donation. I'm glad you're finally watching my video, and I appreciate you using it as a chance to do some good by raising money for charity. I hope you'll engage with it honestly and with integrity, and perhaps even walk back some of your rhetoric. Suck my fucking dick, Ethan. Okay? $1,000 also, broke boy. Not even a fucking fraction of your goddamn watch. Go complain about it. Clip that shit and be like, oh my God, I can't believe he's casting aside $1,000. What the fuck am I supposed to walk back? What am I supposed to do? Be at the mercy of your hallucinations? Why did he donate $1,001? Is it because he wanted to like one up someone? Is that what it is? By Ethan's logic, He can now go give someone cancer, which I think he gave all of us a little bit of brain cancer today. But, you know, since he donated $1,001 to cancer research, now he can spend the rest of time giving people cancer and then fucking talking about how much of a stalwart defender of cancer research he is. He's going to go and collaborate with the Trump administration to pull NIH funding from cancer research while being like, I'm a stalwart supporter of cancer by his own fucking logic. Since last time he gave me $6,500 for a fundraiser, this is the shit he pulled off. I think he is trying to kill me with this video. I'm not going to lie.
Narrated the position that he is not a Houthi. Trust me, bro, I'm not Houthi. Be for real. You suck.
Wait, I want to find the actual
I don't
point.
think he's not
A Houthi rebel. He's just some ordinary Yemen teenager. Let's go ahead and take a look at his social media and see if that lines up. All right, let's see here. Tel Aviv will burn in the coming hours. Ready for sacrifice and eager for martyrdom. Maybe he's talking about football? Here he is singing a song with the words, do you threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew? The meaning of Houthi is a title, and it's not something to fear, but for the Jews. They are very afraid of this title. The execution we will carry out on all Zionists, with the lovely depiction of a man impaled through his asshole and out of his mouth with a pike, or how Hasan likes to say.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And if you take issue with whatever the fuck a 19-year-old's posting in Yemen, that's on you, okay? Wow, he's problematic. I can't believe how problematic this 19-year-old in Yemen is.
Say it, a pike for a cup. Okay, why would he retweet this article called Houthis use social media to boost global prominence and support? Israel falls. Wait for the new operation in Tel Aviv. The Jaffa drone, which no Israeli defense can stop. The ships we bombed and sank. I know the red arrow is supposed to be...
Wait, what? What is this? What is this? What is this argument? Israel falls. Wait for the new operation in Tel Aviv. The Jaffa drone, which no Israeli defense can stop. What is he? What is the implication here? Is he saying that like he knows insider information about what the Houthis are doing before they actually do it? Is that what he's saying? Like, is that what it is? Like he's the
I know the red arrow is supposed to be a cool military Hamas thing. This is a butt plug. Just saying. To every Zionist, I will put this into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and Zionist is clearly interchangeable to this guy. Okay, but hating Jews doesn't make you a Houthi. Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive. You know what makes you a Houthi? Being a Houthi.
Bro, this is this dude in Yemen who's 19 years old, okay? And he's freaking the fuck out over this dude. Let me look up something real quick, okay? Let me look up something. Old compilation of deleted H3 History podcast footage of podcast co-hosts and co-owner Teddy Fresh and Ethan Klein repeating the N-word and F-word is actively running a campaign aimed to deplatform pro-Palestine content creators. This is just 30 seconds of it. But there is a 8-minute compilation. Let's see what Ethan was doing when he was, he's pulling tweets. He's pulling tweets. How old is Ethan here?
He's a hypocrite because he said nigger before. Nigger. Well, Ethan said nigger before. Here's.
Damn, dude. He was just a kid. He was 30. He was 30 when he did that. He was 30 years old when he did that? That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, people grow, I guess. People grow up.
At least one of the two of them is being honest about it.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. That's so fire. Oh my God. We think the Houthis is doing what Luffy would do.
Play the entire thing. I'm not trying to get banned, okay? Calm down.
They're tweeting an image of a Jewish person on a pike. I don't understand why this problem can't be approached with nuance because he is a teenager in Yemen, dude.
Talk about the bigotry of low expectations. He's a kid in Yemen, dude. What do you expect? Of course he's going to want to...
Wait, did you hear Ethan claim you would say pike for a K word? Oh, I missed that part. I passed that part. I didn't see it. That was very, very funny. I would definitely not say that, by the way.
Put a pike through a Jew's asshole and through his mouth. That's just what kids in Yemen are like, man.
And also,
He didn't say Jew, for the record. You said it.
what do you mean? It's just a person on a pike. There's no Jewish person on a pike on that photo unless I saw something different.
Hasan claims this isn't even a Jewish...
It's not. It's a fucking photo from, I think it was from the Haitian Revolution. Yes, I don't care. You should have played this at the debate. I don't know how to describe this over and over again. Okay. He tried to get the Don't Worry podcast crew fired for criticizing Israel while living in Lebanon. He's like the Pope of Karens. What is this? Ethan Klein slips and makes his opinion on Anne Frank, saying death to the Nazis. Oh, I mean Germans. Wait, okay.
Said in this conversation, this is what Hasan told him about the cute Houthi pirate.
From Yemen, okay, who everyone called, myself included, called Tim Houthi Charlemagne, or Chalamet.
Is that the One Piece one?
Yeah, exactly. Now this kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him, which means that for most of his life, he has withstood, right?
Sure.
But he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically, okay? Being able to talk to Anne Frank in real time.
Once again, I find this comparison insidious for a few reasons. First of all, I don't remember this page from Anne Frank's journal, but again, it's been a long time since I read it. I don't recall this this picture of saying, we will spike all Nazis through the fucking, all Germans through the asshole and mouth and wish them a gruesome death. Wasn't in there, actually.
So what if she did? Yeah. No, that's my point. Would that change the equation? Would you be like, oh, well, a little crazy there, Anne. Calm down, Anne. Like, yeah, it's totally valid. It would be totally valid for Anne Frank to say that, okay?
Wasn't in there, actually. Also, I find that conjuring of a Jewish victim of Nazi Holocaust is a intentional play to...
Yes, because you don't give a fuck about anything. You don't give a fuck. Americans are stupid. They don't care about brown people. So the reason why I'm using a fucking incredibly famous victim that Americans care about is for that reason. Because Americans don't understand when you talk about a brown 19-year-old like you, okay? When you look at this dude, you're like, well, he's a terrorist, he's a terrorist, he's a terrorist.
To further blur the lines of anti-Semitism and to try to take away from, try to exploit the suffering that happened on the Holocaust. Once again.
Ugh. It's like, how dare you? How dare you compare anyone to Anne Frank?
And not related to Israel at all.
What is this? Definitely a
somehow
soldier?
this Houthi kid.
Okay.
He's cheapening what happened to Anne Frank, frankly. This kid, I'm sure, grew up in terrible conditions. There's no doubt Yemen is in a terrible state. However, we don't, as
I'm gonna have iDubbbz come on in a minute, by the way.
Society, as a species, while we can appreciate where people came from and why they turned out the way, it will never excuse violent, hateful.
Yeah. By the way, notice how he said Nazis and then said, I mean Germans.
Germans through the asshole and mouth and wish them.
Look,
all Nazis through the fucking, all Germans through the asshole and mouth.
Why? First of all, if he said all Nazis, if Anne Frank said, let's shove a pike through the ass and mouth of all Nazis, okay, everyone would cherish that. Everyone would celebrate that. I certainly would not have an issue with that. I don't know why he claims he would have an issue with that, okay? And even if she said all Germans, I would not have an issue with that. She's a child during the fucking Holocaust. What are you talking about? If she was able to actually reach the age of 19 and take up arms and directly be a part of the resistance against the Nazi occupation, I would celebrate that. I would cherish that. As a matter of fact, there are literally 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds who did take a part of the resistance and took up arms against Nazi Germany. Shut the fuck up, Ethan. No one believes you when you say this. You are trying to develop a consistent argument here, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. That's why one of the most viral tweets from the aftermath of our conversation was literally people making fun of you for saying that you wouldn't show support to Anne Frank, or that somehow you would view Anne Frank differently if she were able to join the resistance movement against Nazi Germany. You would never call her a fucking terrorist. If you did, you would be a psychopath. Okay? Ethan Klein trying to cancel Anne Frank. God damn. It's so stupid. Who the fuck believes this? Oh my God. All right, let's keep going.
Jewish person on the pike. How exactly is a naked piked person supposed to look like a Jew for you, Hasan? You know what? You're right. Let me make it a little clearer for you. First, he needs a bigger nose, right, Hasan? Of course, he needs a yarmulke, the curly things. Oh, look, Hasan, he dropped his dreidel. He must be Jewish for sure. Or, you know, you could just read what he wrote, you dumbass, liar, terrorist-loving propagandist piece of shit.
This is why this entire conversation is fucking idiotic.
He's this close to condemning things like the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. Yeah, dude, he's just I think in his mind, like the victory against the Nazis happened because people just like peacefully resisted or something.
It's not a Jewish person.
I feel like it'd be pretty understandable if Anne Frank failed to rhetorically distinguish between Nazis and Germans. I'm removing the situation so I can have that nuance. But if I was in the Holocaust, I'd probably be a little harsh on my view to the Germans. There's no analogy here or anything. Yeah, no, that's why Norm talks about his fucking parents and how much they despise Germans, dude. What are you going to do? Tell Holocaust survivors not to fucking hate Germans? That would be an insane expectation. What the fuck?
He said, this is, I think if we're, why am I held accountable for some random fucking 19-year-old in Yemen's tweet? What is happening? How many steps removed are we from this situation?
0? I mean, you platformed him. Do you not remember? Did the check not?
Oh my God. This is a perfectly valid moment of anger. Like, what are we doing? We're parsing through. Okay, chatters, please steelman this for me. What the fuck are we doing? What is the point here? Like, what is the point? The entire point is Hasan fucking bad. He platformed a terrorist is scary. He scared me when he talked to a 19-year-old in Yemen, and we parsed through his social media to find moments where we can make it seem like he hates all Jews and he actually wants to secretly kill all Jews or something. Like, is that what it is? Like, what the fuck is going on? Bro, you literally unironically platformed a Sneeko fan on your Instagram yesterday. That dude straight up denies the Holocaust. And so does Sneeko. You fucking posted him on your Instagram story and you put his on your Instagram story. What are you talking about? That is infinitely more damaging to anything. That dude has actively been more anti-Semitic than this fucking 19-year-old in Yemen. I'm losing my mind. This actually makes me lose my faith in humanity. And it makes me lose my faith in fucking liberals so hard. Because, like, anyone that has ever made any sort of fucking stink about this, anyone that's ever made any sort of stink about this I'm sorry, you are nothing to me. Okay? You are nothing to me. Ethan Klein has posted about Hen Mazik, who is a fucking genocidal Zionist. His entire goal is to do Hasbara. Oh my God.
Not clear something? When faced with fair criticism for his coverage of the Houthi Luffy, he has a total meltdown.
I fucking despise all of you, dude. I do. I really do. I hate all of you. You successfully got me to talk about this, and my patience is running thin on this matter. The endless selfishness, the untapped well of American selfishness and American individualism is in full display. How is this the conversation that you want to have right now?
Invite me on, Hasan. You know how to get in contact. Don't be afraid. Bad Empanada CPS. Oh my God. Isn't Bad Empanada permanently banned from this platform? Am I crazy? Let's do it. It's time. Aren't you banned from this platform, Bad Empanada? Created over a year ago. They don't ban you for inviting banned people to Hasan. Stop pretending that happens. What? Yes. That absolutely happens, you dumbass. Why are you telling me what terms of service looks like on this platform that I'm on and you are mysteriously not on? They're probably, all the hate watchers are probably already mass reporting your account for ban evasion at this very moment. It's most likely not Bad Empanada. Oh, it's Factions SZ. Watch the Sex Pest one. Those photos were from a 2013 diplomatic trip to Iran where Iran put them in a fancy hotel for a week. I wonder if this actually is bad empanada. Apparently, these people think that anything a majority of Jews... Okay, this might be literally bad empanada. Apparently, these people think that anything that a majority of Jews think is fine is fine. Jakub shall call your name, Hasan. You will learn the tricknology expert brain rot. This definitely sounds like him, which is a really coherent and solid point, by the way. Ethan, whenever he talks about this, he's like 90% of Jews are Zionists. And it's such a funny take because it's like, okay, so what? Like, what do you mean? If 100% of Jews were Zionists, I would still be an anti-Zionist. This would not somehow change the equation for me. I wouldn't be like, oh, well, if 100% of Jews are Zionists, I guess it's okay that Israel is ethnically cleansing Palestine. I guess that's fine. You know what I mean? I don't know why he thinks that's a solid own. Wait, it is actually him? Invite me on the stream. I'm in your chat under the username BadEmpanadaCPS. Brother, you are a banned streamer on this platform, and you most likely are going to get your account shut down probably because all the hate watchers are watching are most likely reporting you. Okay? Take your fucking meds, Bad Empanada.
One of the most cynical methods Hasan deploys to sidestep any criticism is to deflect to the ongoing genocide in Gaza. I've seen him do this so many times. He frames it like you are selfish for trying to criticize him, no matter what the reason is, because there's a genocide happening, man. How can you criticize me at a time like this?
Claiming that I am, too pro-Houthi. When someone is like,
yeah, no, this is valid. This is actually valid. What do you mean? There's a genocide happening, but also you can't resist against the genocidal state. There's a genocide happening, but I'm going to be invested in a whole bit of time crying over like the ways in which the Houthis are resisting against the Israeli genocide, the ways in which the Hezbollah is resisting against the Israeli genocide of Palestinians. Like, yeah, at a certain point, I'm going to think you're not focusing on the serious matter here. And the irony, of course, is that Ethan has only brought up his position on Israel-Palestine in an effort to simply claim he's a stalwart ally of fucking Palestinian emancipation. And he spent 51 minutes outside of that fucking crying about people who are speaking out against Israel. What am I supposed to do, Ethan? You spend most of your time criticizing and crying about irrelevant shit and begging for someone to fucking ban me. Please. Why won't you get banned? So yeah, it does feel like, you're not really with the cause. Okay?
focusing on that while there's an active fucking ethnic cleansing campaign happening. He also apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life. In the middle of fucking talking about fucking genocide in Gaza, and this dumb fuck. Blow your nose, brother. Love you. Not trying to be mean. Just keep some tissue nearby and clear it out occasionally when needed. Much love. Fuck.
Wait, what? This is not... I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah, when I'm covering some fucking gruesome shit and a chatter comes in with like some irrelevant parasocial nonsense, how is this a point against me? Worst part of the video is coming. Cognitive hazard alert. What?
Fuck you, dude. My argument sucks? You think it justifies genocide? What are you, stupid?
What the fuck? When criticized for being anti-Semitic? Dude, for being anti-Semitic? Because I didn't fucking call Night of the Long Knives happening, a pogrom happening in Amsterdam? Because the ADL claimed that it was a pogrom happening in Amsterdam? Because all the fucking pro-Israel accounts were crying about a genocide happening against Jews in Amsterdam? Get the fuck out of here.
Everything that
wasn't a real anti-Semitic moment, you dumb fuck. Oh my God. Yeah, this is fucking insane, dude. This is actually insane. Also, I do want to show you something. Okay. Here's one of the clips that Ethan was fucking.
I went into that interview.
Here's the direct clip that Ethan clipped out of context. And here's the full context of me talking about the Houthi terrorist, okay?
Assuming that
As in, this clip was in the fucking context, Nuke. As in, he ostensibly saw this video. He ostensibly saw me talk about the full scope of whether or not I think he's a Houthi, why I don't think he's a Houthi, and why it doesn't even fucking matter. I'm just going to let this play while I go pee.
there is a likelihood that he might be Houthi, okay? A Houthi rebel, a Houthi pirate, right? Aside from the memes and whatnot, that was my overarching assumption. There is a likelihood that this person, because at the time we had seen him like going towards the ship and whatnot on a fucking dinghy. I did not know that it was a tourist destination in Yemen, basically, that you can go to and fucking take photos of or whatever. Having said that, however, in the interview, I wanted to first and foremost humanize him, okay? And make him feel comfortable despite the fucking communications barrier that we had, the language barrier that we had. And beyond that, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into the background of a person who has experienced only genocide, who has grown up under genocide. Okay? That is real. You might not know about this. You might not know about the famine in Yemen. You might not know about like American-backed actions of Saudi Arabia in Yemen, UAE in Yemen, but it still doesn't matter. Like that is a real thing that occurred. Okay? Having said that, in that conversation and in many conversations since then, where this person has given interviews to Sky News, for example, he has reiterated the position that he is not a Houthi, that he is simply Yemeni. Like he is simply a person from Yemen, a kid from Yemen, a social media influencer.
I didn't even see the Amsterdam thing in his video. This chat is fucking unusable. How do you people even use? There's 50 messages per second. I'm a subscriber now, so you have to come on my stream when you're not live here so you don't get banned. I literally sent you money. You're my friend now. You fucking idiot.
Okay? If he was a Houthi rebel, for the record, if he was a Houthi rebel, I still see value in interviewing that person, okay? But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, nah, there's this 19-year-old who has a gun in Yemen, the second highest gun ownership per capita country on the planet after the United States of America, is automatically a Houthi terrorist who is deeply invested in the actions of the Ansar Allah movement because people are fucking screaming about it.
That's it. That's the point. I don't give a fuck. If he was a Houthi, I still would have fucking interviewed him. I don't give a shit. Okay? Also, this is ridiculous. When criticized for being anti-Semitic, I must find this. I must find what he was fucking saying. Okay? We have to find this video, chat. Please, please, please. Someone try to fucking find this video or any of these videos where he's like,
focus when Israel is doing a complete genocide.
Wait, I need to find exactly the fucking moment where this dumb fuck clipped this from.
Tangentially turned into like Jewish people are under attack is a decent way to just like drive discourse away from open genocide in Gaza. If you're
HasanAbi has a reasonable take. Anti-Semitic baby is fucking insane. How they can take the most easy to understand. Is this
Amsterdam has banned?
Let me see if I can find exactly where it was.
Footage of being reported.
Gaza genocide up at my fucking doorstep, brother. What a fortuitous turn of events.
The way we know.
It's so gross, dude. It's like, it's so gross. It's so deliberate. It's so obvious. 2733. They're doing bad anti-Semitic things. They're doing pogroms. You already know. Let's just go.
It isn't being unsafe. The Socialist Party went with this narrative.
Yeah, it's not just the Dutch politicians. Most Western politicians immediately went with it because everything that can be tangentially turned into like Jewish people are under attack is a decent way to just like drive discourse away from open genocide in Gaza. Wait, So I wasn't even being criticized. You fucking animal. You stupid fuck. I wasn't even being fucking criticized there. I was literally talking about the exact purpose as to why this story became a story of international importance. Because yes, abso-fucking-lutely, pro-Israeli accounts immediately flood the markets with as much misinformation as possible. No one was even fucking criticizing me for being anti-Semitic there. Okay? I'm God damn, dude. You are so bad at Hasbara. Fucking Christ.
Sole focus when Israel is doing a complete genocide in Gaza.
Like, he just literally key searched someone. He paid someone to key search the word genocide and find a couple fucking clips. This wasn't even being criticized for being anti-Semitic. God damn it. You're so fucking stupid. Holy fuck. It is actually broke. My brain is broken. My brain is officially broken. No, it's not fucking AB, okay? There's 0% chance. I feel like AB would have done a better fucking job than this. Holy shit. Yeah. He most likely literally scoured this from Reddit.
Genocide in Gaza. If your sole focus when Israel is doing a complete genocide in Gaza, if your sole focus revolves around that people are saying you're a Zionist, yeah, go fucking yell at streamers.
Nothing that I said here is wrong.
For not covering sufficiently the ongoing active genocide in Gaza instead of coming in here and fucking chirping at me.
It's quite a charge to just...
Like, what was it? I wonder, when criticized for not covering other stories. Yes, I'm sorry that I spent a sufficient amount of time covering the actual fucking genocide that's going on that you claim is a genocide too. What am I supposed to walk back and concede here? I can't believe it. I need to find what this one was. I can't. Didn't Ethan concede that he didn't cover enough too? Yeah, Ethan himself literally said, yeah, I guess like, you know, I didn't cover the ongoing atrocities enough, even though I say I care about the genocide. And for the record, I will say something here. For an entire fucking year, every single day, I'm not saying woe is me. I'm not saying I'm a victim in this. It doesn't fucking matter. I stand by my principles on this. But for an entire year, I covered every single day extensively what Israel was doing, okay? What Israel was doing in Gaza. And when I did that, post-October 7, a lot of people did not like that. Some people thought it was too gruesome. Some people thought my positions were too radical. A third of this community fucking left, okay? A third of this community left. And I still kept doing it because I think it was worthwhile to do. Because as long as I had a platform, this is what I wanted to speak out against. I wanted to speak out against Israel doing this with my fucking tax dollars. And I wanted to bring people, as many Americans as I can, to my fucking position to recognize the reality, to recognize the situation that Palestinians were going through. And the reason why I don't think it's nothing. It's completely fucking irrelevant to me. Like the financial repercussions or the penalties that I withstood in the process, or the fact that people left and spent the rest of the year. Some of those people that left spent the rest of the year fucking calling me a terrorist, and still do to this day. Okay, nonstop, like they're doing in this fucking chat over and over again. None of that is important because it's nothing in comparison to being able to change one singular person's mind on this issue, because the horrifying reality for Palestinians is far more severe than any number of different things that I could go through. Okay? Lol. So the Hasan crash out is 100% real. This is gold. Keep it up, man. You're definitely coming off smart and not unhinged. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what this is supposed to do here. Like, you're a fucking loser. You have a very sad life, brother. I fundraised with this community $176,000 for cancer research in the process of watching this fucking video that was completely brain breaking. About to lose my goddamn voice in this situation. And what's so crazy is Ethan thought this video was too terrifying for me to watch. Ethan, unironically, is so stupid that he thought this video would end my fucking career. I am losing my mind at how stupid Ethan Klein actually is. Holy fuck, how stupid and racist he is. How much of a ethno-religious supremacist he is in the way that he presents himself. Sure, he's like, oh no, I would never feel that way. I can't believe he said this video was actually incredibly well-researched. Well-researched to do what? You didn't even do a good enough job of fucking disparaging me. Time stamp for the VOD on the current clip. There's going to be another person. Tomorrow, there's going to be another situation. They're going to be like, why? Why aren't you covering this? You must be hiding the truth or some shit. Like, too much political commentating, not enough YouTube drama coverage. Wait, what was it about? Streamers for not covering sufficiently. What was the context? What an insane thing. Yeah, Charlie didn't even talk about Gaza. Yeah, go fucking yell at streamers for not covering sufficiently the ongoing active genocide in Gaza instead of coming in here and fucking chirping at me, okay? Yeah, it wasn't even, he didn't even get this right. When criticized for not covering other stories, what the fuck? What the fuck? Streamers for not covering sufficiently the ongoing active genocide in Gaza instead of coming in here and fucking chirping at me.
It's quite a charge to just say,
They wanted me to cover YouTube drama that I had already covered. I think it was Ava Chris Tyson, I suspect. While I'm in the process of talking about Netanyahu meeting with Biden and Harris. And yeah, I fucking yelled at the chatter for, you know, not locking in.
I'm a stenographer for the Israeli government or I'm a propagandist. I don't think there's any evidence I'm either of those things. I'm curious who you think I'm doing.
While we're having this conversation, 3,000 peers, while we're having this back and forth, 3,840 Palestinians have been ruthlessly slaughtered in the last incursion into Gaza. I feel like this is an incredibly selfish, self-centered conversation to have.
This technique is so...
It's true. It is incredibly selfish and self-centered. Ethan, maybe this offends you because you are incredibly selfish and self-centered. You are 100 millionaire, okay? You made Pootie Tang clothes for preteens as 100 millionaire who has the bounties of the YouTube gold rush. You are one of the top YouTubers on the fucking planet. You live in like a $30 million mansion in Bel Air with your family, okay? And it wasn't enough that you literally won the lottery. And I did too, by the way. Maybe a tinier lottery in comparison to yours, but you have all of this power. You have all of this influence. You have the financial security to last you for the rest of your life. If you fucking shut off YouTube tomorrow, you'd be fine, okay? You have generational wealth. And none of that was enough. That the fact that people disagreed with you, you had to fucking figure out a way to make it make sense in your mind, that people could not actually look at your output, look at your commentary on this issue and go, hey, this is not for me. Kind of feels like you're defending Israel, big dog. Who gives a shit about your own personal feelings in this matter? And that wasn't enough for you. You couldn't just go, let me self-reflect. Maybe I'm actually fucking up here. Nope. Instead, you had to spend an entire year on an extended fucking crash out, losing your goddamn mind at every single person that dared criticize you and using your audience or the remainder of your audience to engage in an endless fucking harassment campaign of people who were covering this shit while simultaneously claiming that you were actually with the cause, simultaneously claiming that you were a stalwart ally of Palestinians. Even in this video, you got a lot of eyeballs. You got a lot of attention on this video. Maybe not so much as like your other videos or whatever, but in the process, you could have actually spent some time talking about the conditions instead of making fun of me for doing so on television. What the fuck is wrong with you? What's up? Are you here? All right, hold on. I'm unlocking the door. Wait, no, I don't see you. Oh, you're outside the door. Hold on. 1 second.
powerful because everyone's afraid of being labeled as a genocide denier. Pierce Morgan, with decades of experience, immediately surrenders when the genocide card is pulled.
When you're just a fucking stenographer, you're not a truth teller.
He has every right to defend himself. And grow a pair, Pierce. Stand up for yourself, man. It's time to stop being intimidated by these online overnight activists who couldn't even point to Gaza on a map before October 7th. Like Hasan, for example.
Doesn't know where Yemen is? Okay, I'm gonna click close. I'm closing it. I'm closing it. I think nope.
Dude, I'm memeing. I'm fucking memeing.
Nope.
I'm fucking memeing.
Got it.
How can you claim to actually...
Dude. What's up, Ian? Hold on.
That's orange justice.
iDubbbz is doing an anti-Semitic dance, and through the interwebs, he's actually communicating in a very scary anti-Semitic manner. No, not only am I joking there, I'm gonna show you something. Okay, here, that's another Destiny clip, by the way, classic. Okay, yeah, don't, God forbid you pick up a fucking sword in here. Okay,
I was thinking about doing some sort of ritual in
no
here.
No more swords. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, by the way, chat, anyone not aware, I've seen a lot of people smearing the people in the photo, and Hasan as well. I'm the one who thoughtlessly picked up the sword. We were grabbing a lot of props in Hasan's room, and there are a lot of props.
There's a lot of anti-Semitic props, and he just chose that anti-Semitic one as opposed to the other anti-Semitic ones.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me fix
like
this.
the Luffy hat.
Yeah. There's a lot of is the mic buzzing? No. Yeah. I'm going to kick you out if you apologize for that, by the way, because that's ridiculous. Yeah, don't even think about that. Okay. Yes, no, yes. Here. So while Ethan posts about me not knowing a single thing about fucking Yemen, okay, this is from, I don't know, like 2019, I guess, where I'm memeing about Yemen. This is me in fucking 2016 talking about Yemen. What's going on in Yemen? And why aren't we talking about U.S. involvement? On Huffington Post by Hasan Piker, contributor, political commentator, / a member of the Young Turks. Let's talk about the U.S. involvement in war crimes in the Middle East because no one else is. Donald Trump's sexual assault allegations. Hillary Clinton's transcripts reveal the true positions of, most importantly, Kim Kardashian's recovery for the gruesome break-in that occurred in Paris. These three headlines dominated the news this past week, crowding out the comparatively unimportant news that a Navy destroyer in the Red Sea fired a barrage of cruise missiles at 3 radar sites controlled by the rebel Houthis in Yemen. The Navy has described these strikes as a response to missile launched by the Houthis towards the USS Mason, an American cruiser patrolling the Red Sea. But this retaliation is looking more like a tipping point in the escalation of the U.S. involvement in the ongoing civil war in Yemen. To further complicate matters, the Houthis have denied they fired the missile targeting the U.S. warships to begin.
Now I
What
know
the
why.
fuck? Sorry.
I know
What are
why
you saying?
Ethan was saying
The
that.
fuck are you saying? What were you doing in 2016, Ethan? What were you doing in 2016? Is this clip from 2016? No. No?
That's earlier.
Oh, it's earlier from 2016? Maybe there's an N-word compilation from fucking 2016. Maybe you might even be in it, actually. There is one I saw where
so.
there's one where he says the
there's-
N-word and even you go, oh, that's too much. Like, which was funny because that was your...
Yeah, I was in the height.
That was in the height of your N-word stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. That's what Ethan was doing in 2016. Fucking dumbass.
You're 53 minutes into this?
I'm 53 minutes into this, and I'm actually almost 10 hours into the fucking broadcast. Fucking dumbass. I'm so mad. I got mad.
Yeah. You've been getting mad.
I've been.
By the way, thank you, everyone. What is it up to now? 170?
177. We can do better. We can go to 200K, chatters.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm closing it. I think nope.
They care about before we move on. Decide when you're willing.
Nope.
Disneyland during a
Exploit it
genocide.
to sidestep.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think I sufficiently covered the fucking ongoing genocide as opposed to you.
a person who only bitches and moans about people being mean to you and then constantly packages it under anti-Semitic attacks, anti-Semitic incidents. The ADL was saying anti-Semitic incidents rose by fucking, what, 4,000% or something? And I guess half of them were people being mean to Ethan Klein. Half of them was my feelings were hurt. I, Ethan Klein, a Jewish man, had his feelings hurt. That's anti-Semitism.
Any criticism. What a bigot. Before we move on, Hasan has one final taste of idiocy for us all to enjoy.
Yeah. This kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him, which means that for most of his life, he has withstood genocide, right? Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically. Okay. Being able to talk to Anne Frank.
Well, yeah, he made this point already. What's the point?
He's talking about the...
Oh, I already addressed the Anne Frank point. Oh my fucking God. This dumb fuck.
At heart. Anne Frank continues to inspire generations of people because in the face of a genocide that eventually took her and her entire family's life, except for her dad, she refused to give in to hate, malice, and violence. And then there's this guy who would have killed Anne Frank.
Oh my God, he would have killed Anne Frank, you fucking animal. God damn it. You are such a disgusting, repulsive little fucking racist animal, dude. This guy would have killed Anne Frank. Is that, wait, hold on. Is it actually picking up my audio as well? Oh shit, hold on. Let me turn on the noise gate for that. Fuck.
Man, I wore the right pants for this. Look at that.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, she's shedding. Okay.
Test.
Frank, if you ever met her.
You might think this is a sweet,
Is it
innocent
better
girl.
now?
Well, I'm happy to tell you guys we are working on a new edition just for you, Hasan. You should hear about the time she went roaming the streets of Berlin at night with a knife, slitting the throats of families, including children and babies.
Would you have an issue if Anne Frank actually fucking escaped the attic and joined the resistance and started clapping Nazis? I would not. And neither would you. You're a fucking moron. Oh my God.
And the elderly.
No, he wouldn't. He would not. He would not have an issue with that. That's a fucking lie, chat. Shut the fuck up. You know that's not true. Wait, is there echo now? What? Why is there echo? Is there actually an echo? Wait, what? Why is the noise gate not working well?
I can step back.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna lower the. Maybe this will be a little bit better. Okay, it's only when I yell. Okay, shut the fuck up then, chat.
She's killed children, you guys. She even rapes people.
Bad Empanadas in the Discord. Should we let him lose? I mean, he can pop off in the Discord all he fucking wants, but I can't have him on the stream because he's banned. If he wasn't, I wouldn't have an issue with it. I would have him on.
She's just like Luffy. There is no other way to describe this than terrorist propaganda. Not only is he platforming terrorist propaganda, right, uncritically, he's participating in it. He's enhancing it. He is not just a conduit. He is an active participant who's disseminating it to more and more people in a way more consumable.
His point is that she would be different. Also, Rashid has not slit anyone's throats. You're just fucking fantasizing about that. Wait, did he say Rashid would be a rapist? Did I?
Slitting the throats of families, including children, babies, and the elderly. She's killed children, you guys. She even rapes people. She's just like...
Dude, go join the fucking AFD, you little freak. You little monstrous cretin. Oh my God. You fucking racist piece of shit. What the fuck are you saying? What the fuck is this suggestion that Rashid is running around raping people in Berlin? If he were to get to Berlin, that's what he would do as a fucking Muslim migrant in Berlin. How the fuck did anybody watch this? I'm sorry, dude, but if you are a girly pop nation, Ethan Klein fan, a 35-year-old HR representative that fucking watched this goddamn video and you saw this part and it didn't actually ring any alarm bells in your mind, you are lost, okay? You are lost in the fucking sauce, dude. Yeah, Rausländer raus is what Ethan is doing here. Maybe he was fucking Sig Heiling not to meme on Elon Musk, but to actually align with Elon Musk on his AFD support. What the fuck? Oh my God. It's just weird that you defend him.
It's just weird that you defend him. Like, you can acknowledge what he went through and also acknowledge that he's a terrorist. He is not a fucking Houthi, okay? And even if he was, I would have no issue with him. If you were to bring up a Houthi right now and you were like, this is a terrorist, why don't you acknowledge it? I'd be like, suck my fucking dick. That's precisely the reason why I said to Ethan Klein directly to his fucking face, 10 toes down, that what the Houthis are doing, what the Ansar Allah movement is doing in terms of resisting against Israel's genocide is perfectly valid, perfectly permissible. You said to yourself he was a Houthi. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I thought he was a Houthi before I interviewed him. I asked him directly, and he said he's not a Houthi. But even if he was, I still wouldn't care. You guys think